Hey everyone, I hope that you're doing well. Whitney here. And for those of you who are brand new to me, my name is Whitney McNeil. I'm a certified medium and spiritual mentor. And I really, really love helping spiritual and ambitious souls connect to their intuition and spirit guides and claim those gifts that they have inside so that they can walk more fully in their purpose and live their life abundantly and attract abundance. So if that sounds good to you, I'd love for you to stick around. And today I want to talk about why you're second guessing your intuition. Now, each person's reason is different. I understand that. So I want to acknowledge our uniqueness. But when students come to learn from me, I generally see some common themes. And so one of the things that I tend to find out when people are second guessing their intuition is because they don't have a community of people who are like-minded to support them. And so when they're like, I don't know why, I can't logic the reason why, but I know that I feel this way, a lot of times in our society, it is deemed as not important or we're making stuff up. So what happens is you have a lack of validation from others. And so your mind is then conditioned to not believe that those things were real because you're not getting that feedback or validation of it being real. And even though I'd like to think that we as humans don't need validation to be who we are, and we really don't, when we're growing up, when we're in an environment and when we're in a society and we're not getting the support that we need, then it conditions us to think that it's not so important. So one is recognizing your intuition is important. And so often my students go through a relearning pattern. I've got to learn to connect again to my intuition, to understand how I get it, and to validate that these things are indeed real. So one of the things that I recommend is to get out your pen and paper, or maybe you've got a phone and you want to jot things down in your notes app, or maybe you have a voice memo app that you want to use and write down all these intuitive hunches that you're getting. And so you can reflect back and go, oh my gosh, wait a minute, that was really real. And it can be really challenging when people are like, trying to pressure you to do something logical, which we need our logic, we need our ego. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you feel or you know something that they don't from an intuitive aspect. So understanding that that can be a reason why you're second guessing. And of course, the remedy is to find people that support you. Another reason why you are most likely second guessing your intuition is because you're thinking it only comes in one way. We're taught this through movies, we're taught this through books, or it's really a lack of education in how you understand that you're getting messages coming in from your spirit guides specifically. And so when you're getting messages coming in from your spirit guides, it doesn't always look the same. And in fact, I don't think that it needs to. We're all different. We're unique. We have our unique recipes. So we get them through different ways. One of the ways can be through seeing the messages. Another way can be through hearing. Another way can be through feeling, like with your gut, or through knowing. And knowing sounds easy, but it's the hardest one because sometimes it's a thought that pops into your head. Sometimes your body just moves into action from it. And you didn't really have a link to go, wait a minute, that was intuitive. Often it comes through inspiration. So finding your intuitive language is important. And of course, you can do that with this link I have, messengerofspirit.com/quiz, to get to know more of the primary way that you get your messages. So knowing that even if you don't see, you don't hear, you don't feel, know that you are still intuitive. It's just probably showing up in the clear knowing area. And I have so many people that say, you know, I know that not everyone's intuitive. I'm like, yes, they are. You just have to have the desire. You have to have the real awareness of, I want to develop my intuition, and how does it come through for me? And know that how it comes from, in for you is not any better or less than someone else. We're all just different and unique, and let's embrace our intuitive language, which is really important. Also, what I'll say a third way you're probably second guessing your intuition is that you haven't done any intuitive exercises, or you haven't done them consistently or long enough yet. So what happens is if you didn't have that support in your life, or you're just starting out, you tend to, and your body and your brain tend to trust tangible things. And so if you're trusting tangible things, things that are logical, things that have been conditioned by society, things that you see physically, touch physically, and those kind of things, because we tend to think those are real, and our feelings and our energy, we tend to think those aren't so real. Well, maybe I don't have any, validation. Then that means when you go to develop your intuition and to talk to your spirit guides, then we end up going, I don't know if that was right or not, because you haven't determined the energetic difference yet of this is what it feels like. This is what it is like. This is what it sounds and what I see when I connect to my guides, my intuition, versus the physical, tangible things right in front of our face in the physical world. So understanding that more consistency and more exercises can then really help refine you. And it's like this, all that we've been taught and all that we've learned is pay attention to what's in front of you. And paying attention to the present is important, but pay attention to what's in front of you. Really just look at the physical, tangible, what's logical. We're conditioned to do that. And so we need to train ourselves and kind of go to intuitive school in a way to really unlearn how we've been conditioned and to relearn, if that's even a word, our intuitive senses and our abilities. We have to understand them. So it's a natural language for us, but we forgot about it. And it's almost like an ancient language. And then we have all these assumptions. Well, it just comes when I need it. No, it's actually a language that you can speak to your guides every single day. So that's important. Fourth thing that usually holds us back and we second guess ourselves is fear. Well, how do I know that spirit guides are real? How do I know that this is real? And what if I'm talking to someone bad, or, what if this is not okay because of things that you may have been conditioned to believe in the past? And so what I believe is truly important is to really look at things from a spiritual space and really find out how it fits in with your belief system, and just be open to perhaps learning something a little bit different and then make your decision. So understanding that everyone's beliefs, spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, they're all different, but sometimes we're taught one thing. And I think it's important for us to make our own decision. So you can perhaps soak in some knowledge or just be observant. So just observe. Okay, I'm observing. I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm going to take a moment to see how that fits in, and just then make your decision. So understanding that sometimes fear holds us back. And the biggest one with fear is, what if I listen to my intuition and it's wrong? Or what if I listen to my intuition and it's right? Oh my gosh, then I'm going to freak out even more. I think that can be a big step. And when we think what if it's real? What if it's right? My life is actually going to change and I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone. Well, my friends, if you're listening to me, I know that you're spiritual and ambitious. And if you're spiritual and ambitious, you know that change is a part of life. And you're here to live your life purpose abundantly. And we've got a roadmap. It's not physical, but we have this navigation system called our intuition inside of us. And the great news is you're not driving with a blindfold on when you've got your spirit guides. So understand that change is part of life. And I truly believe that you're here to live your purpose abundantly. And yes, we learn lessons, but that's the main thing. Because I know I don't want to get to the end of my life and go, well, I just went through those motions. Whew, I'm glad I'm done. I don't like this thing called life. I want to get to the end of my life and say, wow, that was fun. I really lived it to my fullest. And so if you're out there and you are really wanting to live your purpose and really listen to your intuition, and you're tired of the excuses and you're tired of the limiting beliefs, then I hope that you take this quiz and stick around, because really soon we're offering our 5-day free challenge, the Intuition and Abundance Challenge, which goes on just a couple times a year, sometimes just once a year. It's coming back around in May. Mark your calendar, save the date. It starts May 17th, but you got to sign up for it. Sign up links aren't ready yet, but they will be very soon. So in the meantime, I'd love for you to take messengerspirit.com/quiz to just get more interested in your own primary intuitive language. I hope you have a beautiful week. I'll check in back with you. And for now, here's to aligning to your intuition and abundance. All right.